Good morning. I said, well, good morning. Thank you for joining me on this special time. If we can share gratitude, let's do it in a rhyme, 'cause it's a love morning. Love morning now. I get self-conscious when I saw a neighbor walk by. Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. I am John Stin. John Halcyon Stin. It is 9 o'clock Friday morning. TG I to the F. This is a morning practice daily of sharing gratitude, sharing our intentions. If you listen to this week's Stay Sparked episode, it's about believing in ourselves. And Betsy talked a bunch about, intentions for yourself and affirmations. And for me, I talked about this practice and that how to keep in alignment with the best version of yourself. And one of the best ways I know is this: starting the day with some gratitude, starting the day with a reminder of who do you want to be today. Without this, I will become reactive, and I will fall into patterns, and things like scrolling will be even easier to succumb to, because I won't be conscious. So this is a chance for us each to share a little gratitude, to say hello, to know that we're connected. Good morning, Gerbot. Good morning, Jason. Yeah, I guess I'm a little sleepier this morning than I thought. Good morning, Miriam. Well, I'm glad that you're coming here today. Miriam saying that today is hard. So I am here, and I hope to connect with my people. Well, I'm sorry to hear about today being a difficult day. But I'm glad that you're here, that we can connect and remember that we are surrounded in this world by like-minded people. Not everybody is in that mission of connection, that love ambassador vibe, but lots of people recognize that being of service and being open and connecting and warm is the best way to feel happy, the easiest way to feel that you are living purposeful. And sometimes, enough, even good people, we learn that, sometimes it's not welcome in the world like we hope. So we tone it down. We protect ourselves. We just kind of go through the days making sure that we don't upset anyone. And if you encounter someone else just like you who's just trying not to upset anyone, for all we know, they're mean and cold and selfish. They might think that about us because we're just keeping to ourselves. So once in a while, if you've got the energy, it's nice to just break the mold and go, good morning. Oh man, I love that shirt, or whatever. So I am glad that you're here. Miriam says, I'm already having a love cry. I had a really beautiful men's group this week, and one of the things we talked about as men was crying. And I shared about how I had cried in my therapy session this week. And I just had somebody called on the phone, and Siri thought I made a request, and it scared me. Who are all these people in my house? But we talked about how good crying is, and how there's so many things that can inspire crying. There can be crying because we're sad. That's how we often make that connection. And so I think that's why often men have a judgment about crying, because it is, if you're crying because you're sad or you're scared, that is a sign of weakness. But when crying can be just an emotional release, like a baby who just cries because they don't have the words. It's just intense. And I find I often cry with intense emotion, like love. Like I will often cry when I witness powerful, and it's often powerful emotional experiences in others. It's like on TV shows, and I see like relationships that look just like a challenging and like a deep human experience. That will often make me cry. So I welcome the tears. It's always so hard when someone will say sorry for crying or sorry about that when like I cried during a gratitude circle or a men's group. And when appropriate, I like to try to say, oh no, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for trusting us and letting us witness your beautiful, beautiful tears. Gerbot saying, I love it when I laugh so hard that I cry. Good point. That's another type of beautiful tears. Good morning, T-Love. Good morning. I just saw some Facebook memories from a year ago for Saturdays. I think it was T-Love was there. This actually, the way the months fall, this weekend is not first Saturday. The first Saturday is next weekend. And I'm actually going to be out of town. I'm going to be visiting Asher for his 5th birthday. Woo, woo. Good morning, Razorblade. Hello to you in Australia. Good morning. Good morning. I'm saying hello to people on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you see me saying hi to somebody and you don't see their name, that's what's going down. I am polysocial, polyweb, polyamorous. I don't know. I can't. There's got to be. I think it's got to be a better word. Good morning, Juan. Good morning. Today, I am feeling grateful that I'm going to see my beloved today. It's been over a week since I've seen her, and feeling very grateful that I will get to see her, hear her voice, give her sweet kisses and hug today. Actually, I did hear her voice yesterday. We had a little phone call check-in, which was so nice. So one of my gratitudes from yesterday was just being able to reconnect and talk on the phone. Grateful that she has the ability to have adventures apart from me. She's been recording music at a recording studio in the woods, not woods, but the hills in Ventura County. Beautiful recording studio that I've been to. And she's been surrounded, living with and spending time with the fellow musicians. Although they are magicians, they are creating music together. And so, and I know 4 of the people that she's recording with, and they're just so incredible people. And I love that, she's not with me, but she's really, stretching and expressing deeply a part of who she is in a way that I cannot do for her. I do not have the skills, the interest, the dedication, the discipline to be her partner when it comes to music. So I love it that she is getting to really fully be her right now, even though I am not a part of it. I think that's a healthy thing. Sometimes I wonder, like, are we codependent? Because I love her so much. I always want to be with her. But I think what I just said doesn't sound like codependency, right? And I made it a week without her, without, getting high. I did eat some sugar though. I did down some ice cream while she was gone. To be fair, I got non-dairy, low sugar ice cream. That just means I can eat more of it, right? Good morning, Lori. Multisocial. I think that kind of works. It'd be good if it had a multi-algorithmy. I don't know. Polyalgorithmy. Never mind. So glad that we were here today. Anyone else have anything that they're feeling grateful for? Something that you're feeling gratitude that you'd like to share? I am grateful that my old car got detailed. So, because I'm going to drive it today to the retreat that I'm meeting Lisa at. And my old car is not as nice as the new car, but I didn't want to go, take a 2-hour drive in a car that I knew I was going to return, because what if something happened and then I was forced to keep a car that I didn't want? So I'm grateful for this easy, slow process of car purchasing that I'm going through. Razor Blade says, I am grateful to be home after 3 weeks away at work and very grateful for my amazing bed. Ooh, a 3-week work trip. That sounds like a long time. Well, I'm glad you're home, enjoying your bed. Carolyn, good morning. Carolyn is grateful that I got my placed camp questionnaire done. First year of my camp outside my village, and I turned my snow cone camp into a crazy colored hair extension salon with snow cones while they wait. Oh, that's awesome. What a great theme. What a great theme camp. I love it. Woohoo. Yes, Lori, I'm returning the BMW. I did return the BMW. You have 30 days to try out a car at CarMax and return it, no questions asked. And so I decided that what I had was a 2018 that didn't have any of the collision avoidance technology that the new cars all have. And so I decided that I would rather get a car with some more safety. So I'm looking at there. I don't think I'm going to get the BMW either. I don't like the way the rear view mirror and the back window worked. It just felt like the blind spots were so much more than I was used to. That you really had to use side mirrors and technology to be safe, but there isn't like blind spot monitors on the 2018. So I was like, this just feels like, I feel like I'm buying this car because it's cool and it's fast. And while nothing wrong with that, there's a part of me that felt like if I'm going to have this car for years and years, I think I would rather either wait and get one that I feel has, just like, what if just once I get in a crash that a technology could have stopped? I'm like, why didn't I get the car that has the collision avoidance? And I know plenty of people that have their collision avoidance has kicked in, and stopped them from accidents. So I'm like, well, so I'm going to do that. That's my plan. Gerbot is grateful for all the technology that powers our lives and lets us connect here in this virtual space. Amen to that. That's a good reminder to be grateful for the technology, because last night I have this 2 monitors set up that has been working for me. To use 2 monitors through a M1 Mac, you have to have a special hub that uses this technology to make multiple monitors. But it works 99% of the time, and yet last night it was not quite working, and I was feeling frustrated. And what a important switch to be grateful that this incredible thing works 99% of the time, instead of being frustrated that it wasn't working 1% of the time. So thank you. Yay for this technology. Yay for the broadband ability for me to speak, and as quickly as I can have the thought, it can be shared. It does take a couple seconds for you to hear it, but still pretty amazing. The collision tech is pretty amazing too. Yeah, I found myself when I was driving the BMW that I kept like the rearview mirror is lower than I'm used to on the window, and the what holds the rearview mirror is a pretty thick kind of column. So there's this pretty big chunk of real estate of the front window that you can't see through. And I just found like, wow, I feel like I was constantly doing this. And when I returned and I drove another Lexus, I didn't have that feeling. I was like, and the BMW also has limo tint in the back. And I think that's too much. I think that's unsafe. I'd rather have, I don't mind tint, but the limo tint was like, I was like, am I going to use side mirrors constantly just because I want to look cool? Fuck that. Good morning, Brent. Brent says, another beautiful day. Grateful for my wonderful wife, Susan. I love your love. Thank you, Brent. Miriam says, I'm grateful for the opportunity to turn things around, for the fact that I learned a lot about myself and got a way more clear vision of my further desire and wishes. Well done, Miriam. Well done. I know that sometimes it's hard to find things to be grateful for when there's so many loud things that we are frustrated by, but it's such a good practice. And we talked about in the New Stay Sparked episode we did yesterday, episode 56, I believe. Crazy. But we were talking about how important gratitude is for identifying keeping us on track, and also for giving us fuel. Because as you are doing gratitude, as you are figuring out what you're grateful for, I think the process, you analyze your life and you go, oh, here's a place that I could have more gratitude if certain things were different. And so I'm grateful that I have the potential to change that. And I'm grateful that I'm still have options, and that whole process of like looking at your life from a gratitude lens not only makes you happier with what you have, but makes you more aware of what might make you happier. And that's where you want to be. You want to be happy about what you have and excited about what could be. Right? You don't want to be excited about what could be and then start not liking what you got. If you get too excited about what could be and what the future could hold and what you want and your desires, then you start to not be grateful for what you have, and you only are happy if things get better and get fixed. And then what you have is broken and not enough. It's a very delicate shift and a delicate balance. You don't want to be so everything is so awesome that you just are complacent and do nothing. You don't want to be so, oh my gosh, everything will be good once I fix things and get this better stuff. You want to be, everything's awesome. And wouldn't it be great if I got that too? But if I don't get it, that's all right. Juan says, I am grateful for the opportunity to have the hair in the care of my 90-year-old mother. I'm the youngest of 13. To help, I think, is what you say, in the care of my 90-year-old mother. I'm the youngest of 13, and she has plenty of kids to take care of her. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Youngest of 13? That is, my brain didn't register that at first. Woo! So how much older is your oldest sibling? Wild. Chris, good morning. Chris says, I'm grateful for technology. I woke yesterday and realized I was out of cat food. I texted my girlfriend in Helsinki, Finland, who has the Amazon account. She orders the food from Helsinki, and the cat food arrives on my doorstep by 3 p.m. What a world! It's, what a crazy time we live in. I think it's like this future. It's so like we're living in the sci-fi future that we read about as kids. Seriously, with automated delivery same day, and AI, music creation and robotics and space travel. Dear Lord. Woo. Gearbot says, everything is awesome. Everything is cool. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of Love Morning. I think that's what you were saying. I'm not sure how well I sang that song, but Amen. Amen to that. Thanks, Gerbot. Lori says, I'm grateful that my time is my own and not taken up by work. Next week, I'm going to LA to visit 3 major botanical gardens or botanic gardens. How cool! What an awesome trip. Have a blast. See the beauty. Juan saying that his oldest brother is 22 years older. Wow. That's so cool. What a different experience. Like, I think I'm one sibling, and such a significant, huge, important part of my life. Think about my dad, who has no siblings, an only child, and what a different life that would be, and what a different life it would be to have 13. Well, I am so glad to start this day with you and start the weekend with you. I will be gone this weekend. I'm heading to this retreat, so I will not be doing Love Morning Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I will be back on Tuesday. Looking forward to seeing everyone then and hearing about all our opportunities to be love ambassadors this weekend. So I encourage you to do that as you go through this weekend. Do you have moments when you can choose to be a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more ambassador-like in your vibe and your energy and your words? Are there times this weekend when you can make a choice towards your own health and self-care? And are there things that you can notice that you can be grateful for? Look at that. 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 Thank you, Gerbot. I will have a beautiful weekend. I look forward to coming back refreshed and energized and full of gratitude. Love you, Miriam. Love you, everyone who's here and who might be listening to this recording. I love you. Wherever you are, let's give ourselves a big squeeze. And appreciating our bodies, this moment, this opportunity to connect through these digital tools, recognizing that we're all so much more alike than we are different. We're all doing our best to find warmth and safety and purpose and love, and knowing that everyone in some way is doing the same thing. They just might have a very different narrative and experience about how they can best do that for themselves and their loved ones. So let's try to have just a general sense of an understanding and forgiveness for every other human that is doing the best they can, and feel connected to all of us as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and everybody here, thanks for being here. Love you. As Juan says, let's all be ambassadors this weekend and practice kindness. Boom. Love you. See you Tuesday.